Hello. Thank you for coming to the sixth session for 2026. It will be a live recorded session also. And I give myself over now to the flow of the I am that I am all that is. Hello. And I too thank you for coming. As we continue about 2026 and all of that energy that is coming. And I remind you, everything is energy. But how you greet that energy with your own will have an effect on that specific energy. You create your realities by your conscious decision, your free will choices. You create that reality in response to what crosses your path, for it comes to offer that choice. That therein is that gift. So I need to remind you that your response to whatever comes that affects you in your life personally is your choice of how you respond to it, how it affects your life, how you from there create choices and experiences from that original choice. And it is a series of original choices. So each one can renew your spirit if you have chosen one that has not brought you joy or the feeling of abundance. And I remind you, abundance is on all levels. Many think of it only as monetary. And that is a tool for you to provide for your needs indeed in this reality. However, abundance is an infinite thing. So it is abundance of energy and health, the abundance of all of the many facets of unconditional love, of the joy and the healing and the growing and the understanding and the compassion and the love that comes through all of that unconditional love, through every facet of itself. That is you. That is there for you to experience, those parts of you. So choose those, for you will have an opposite choice. That is that choice of free will. So create your 2626 experiences with this knowing, with this understanding, with this level of wisdom. Now, everything that comes is, of course, made of energy, because everything, in essence, is energy. And energy is light. So everything is light. Even any darkness that comes has a level of light, for it is a part of that balance of positive and negative, of the two wolves. So those come to you in your choices. They come to you in your experiences. And they come to you flowing, that you might flow with them in that positive. So be as the water and flow. And nothing will be in your path that will slow you down. For water is stronger than the stone and glides gently over, across, around. So be that flowing and know that when these things come. Now there are those subject matters that we have discussed previously in bits and pieces, but I want to talk to you about your creating realities. For every layer that you create, as you build upon it, the next layer, that next manifestation of your being, of your reality. And as I said, two can stand together and be in two completely different frequencies, and yet the realities at this time in 3D may be very similar, But the experiences created in that is not in that similarity if they are opposite frequencies or lesser frequencies or higher frequencies. And I remind you, one is not bad, one is not good. It is simply a choice that you're making in your experiences. One has more light and one has less light, but always everything you choose has light or would not be offered in the first place. So understand that simple flow. Now, 3D is in its process of transformation. So everything that is happening, all of the disclosures, and I'll touch on that are coming, are part of the transforming and the changing of the reality of 3D, of the reality that will remain as it is separated and disconnected from 5D. So the transformation is a healing. So all of those things that you see that are negative that are coming out, those are the very things that you are part of changing in this reality. And so there is much to look forward to in these changes and this evolving. All the systems that exist in 3D are evolving in their transformation. And you are part of that creation, of that reality. Now, those of a higher frequency that are here anchored, and they are being their higher frequency by allowing that light to flow through them to those that are in 3D frequencies or 4D frequencies, to help them to make those choices and those changes that will affect the change and the transformation of this third dimensional earth, of each society, each culture, each country, for they will all come into their oneness. And partly because of these changes and the individuals in each environment that are choosing and creating these changes, for those that stay in 3D and those that move on to 5D. 4D, I remind you, is still in between. There is still time to go ahead and evolve higher to a 5D or remain in 4D. You are still close enough to evolve soon after this separation. Do not worry. For all of you, all of the is going to evolve. All of the humans here will eventually evolve to 5D. Now there is much that remains that is that gift of Mother Earth to keep this 3D reality in its existence, in its beingness of reality. The plants, the animals, the water, the oceans, all that she is. All of these things are changing and they are healing. And she is healing herself. And I do remind you, for her to heal herself, she will have to create what seems to be a negative situation. But it is not. It is a healing process. It is part of the change and the transformation that you are creating. And to say that you are creating a volcanic eruption or a tsunami or something that she may need to help cleanse her energies and bring herself back into balance. The creating of it is not a negative thing. It is allowing the flow that she is and that you are a part of. And there will be those that experience this differently from those in that higher energy, that higher frequency. Indeed. For the awareness of the coming of these changes will allow you, in whatever frequency you are, to have a better preparation for in your life, in your family, and where you are even. But your preparedness for the experience, should you be in that necessity to experience these things. For each of these are a higher choice that you choose to experience, not the human. Indeed, the human, as I've said before, would not choose to participate in where there is going to be a tsunami or a volcanic eruption. But they are not always as devastating as some can be for some. For there are those there in those countries and in those areas, in those environments that are there to help when it does come, to help in the aftermath, to experience and express and be that compassion, to be that healing, to be that help, to be all of those facets of unconditional love. And there will be those in that need, but should not be in fear. For those that are ready to let go of this reality and leave this human body at this time will go into that higher frequency of reflection, of looking at their life and assessing their choices and making other choices in that higher reflection of. For it is not a place of being alone. It is a place of love, unconditional love, enfolding you and guiding you in your choices and your experiences and the reflection of. So there will be those. But my message is for those that remain. For those that remain that will be a part of these changes, a part of this healing. I tell you, do not fear, for what is coming is for the highest good. Now there will be many millions who have no physical negative experiences of this magnitude, shall we say. But there will be those that do. It will be a free will choice for you to make. And you will make them being guided by your highest self, whether it be your guardian angel or your spirit guide or your higher self. All of that is the I am flowing through you to guide you and comfort you and let you be in that you are. So all of these things are allowed you. All of these things are coming for all these individual paths. Simply be in the light wherever you are, whoever you are. Choose the light, and that will guide the choices and experiences that you create for yourself. For you will create that which you need to grow, that which you need to make higher choices. So make the higher choices, for each one brings another experience for another higher choice, and each choice creates a reality with more light and more joy. And all those things to come to you will lessen in extremities. It will be an easier flowing. So be in that flowing with that higher light, with that unconditional energy that you are, and that I am with each of you individually, as well as in your collective groupings, and the overall humanity grouping of a collective consciousness. For all have come for the same purpose. All have come in some level of awareness that they are here for this transition. They are here for this ascension. They are here for the experience of it, and they are here to help accelerate it and to help others to make higher choices for themselves as they create their experiences for themselves. It is actually from the highest understanding. Please be in that. Ask for that. It is all extremely, extremely beautiful. The light that is being created in these experiences, the oneness that is there in these experiences, the oneness that all of you come to with one another through these experiences. For even that one chooses as human, as war, as unfortunate as that experience is, as it is created by humans, it is still created that you might experience those choices, that you might evolve out of the separation illusion from one another. For you are one. You are brothers. You are sisters. You are family. You are spirit, and you are oneness in the highest that you are. And in this experience, as you evolve in that awareness and that acceptance of one another, that non-judgment, that unconditional love for one another, simply let it begin with a knowing with a respect, with an interest in the other's perspective. For each of you have your own unique perspectives of everything, based on your cultures, based on what you've been told. Respect one, respect each other's. Know that in your oneness, all of this is simply a variety of interest you have created in your diversity, in your uniqueness, for there is still only that one highest supreme prime creator. And each of you have that understanding of that one. And even those that the term you use, I believe, is atheist, or I do not believe in God, it is not necessary to. It does not matter. My love for you is unconditional. My guidance for you has always been there. For those who choose not to believe that I even exist, that's fine. Those things do not bother God. They do not affect me. I am with you no matter what your beliefs are. For I know you, and you are a part of me. And what I say is, and each of you will come to the understanding of your highest self. And when you evolve into that highest self, you will evolve into that higher understanding of that oneness that you are with all that is. Even if all that is not seen as a specific entity, which it is not, as I am not. I am all that is. I am all that beauty you see around you. I am that bird's song as you hear it sing. Or after a rain, the frog's chorus. Be in that simplicity. Embrace each moment with a positive perspective. It has nothing to do with your belief in the I am, but only in the all that is, which you are part of. Such beauty you are surrounded with. Such healing energy you are surrounded with. You are surrounded with constant comfort if you will allow yourself to be open to it. For all of nature surrounds you, even those within cities with so many humans and so much cement and asphalt and buildings and bricks. But there are always pockets of nature, and you can go to them, or you can create them in your own personal environment. It does not have to be a full-grown tree in your living room. It can be something very simple. It can be a plant. It can be a sound. It can be a light. It can be so many things that bring you comfort and peace. And in those, find your oneness within yourself. Create with potted plants, for they do many things. For those of you who are not aware, they filter out negative energy in your environment. They take in even the poison that you breathe out and give you the oxygen that is pure that you need. And they filter out the chemicals in the air in your home. And there are those. They're from everything that is not natural. So know this and embrace the plants. And you think you cannot raise plants. You think I do not have a green thumb. There are many plants that can simply be placed in water and they will grow roots and they will thrive. All you have to do is remember to put water in them. So my point is, anyone, you can create an environment that has nature, no matter where you are, and it will come to you. Yes, those bits of plants will come to you, and you will be amazed at the flowing of those gifts that come to you, that you find in your path even. And as you discover yourself and the power that you have, and the oneness that you have with those plants, and what they give you, and the gratitude you will feel in that knowing. And it is the same with your pets. It is the same. You don't put them in water. They're not going to grow roots. No. Me and my humor. But I tell you, the plants give you unconditional love through their knowing, through their beingness, as your animals and your pets do. And you receive those freely from your pets. And for those who have no animals and have never had pets, again, you do not need them to be that highest self of you are. You do not need those things. The plants will help you. Nature will always help you. It does not have to come in the form of four-leggeds or two-leggeds. It can come in any form. But keep it simple for yourself, for those who do not want to get complicated in their life or have to do too much, understandably. But do what you do consciously to bring yourself into that balance and that oneness and in that positive energy for your mind and your body and your spirit. For that oneness is necessary for what is coming. And when you have that in its simplicity, you have that simplicity of oneness in your beingness. Many of you are searching for many details of what is coming, how it is coming, where it is coming. And I remind you again, there are sources out there of that information, and I can guide them to you. And you can then receive the information for the answers of the questions that you ask and that you seek. You have but to ask, for there is no overriding your free will in any way. But if you ask, the answers will come, for the answers are there. The information in its many details is there, but you must be open to receiving this information, and you must be guided in your discretion of this information, for there is much false information out there. But do not be in fear of like, oh no, I'm afraid to seek it. I'm afraid what will come will be a lie. If you ask for the guidance, that comes will be the highest truth. And you will know that because you will feel that light. You will feel that comfort. You will be in your knowing. Simply ask to be in that knowing. Ask for the discretion, and it will come. Be not in fear. For as you become your highest self and make higher choices, all that you become will bring more positive. For positive brings positive. Negative brings negative. You must choose. Choose in simplicity. Be ready to receive. For those that are ready will receive that information based on the level that they are on in their understanding. For it can come from many places, as simple as the lyrics of a song, or a feeling, or something you read suddenly that answers a question that you had asked, to actual channelers, the channeling of messages, the channeling of these details to answer the questions and concerns of those that are ready to receive that information. Just simply ask. I will not be giving you all of that information that is already out there, that is redundant. And all of you are not ready for that. My purpose here in this session, in these channelings that I am giving on the I am that I am, all that is about you individually, each of you humans, on each level that you are. For I give you your answers elsewhere. I give you your guidance here. I give you your comfort here. I give you your reassurance. And I give you the truth of who you are. And I give you that knowing. And I give you that gift of the flowing and the beingness. Be in that oneness. Let this flowing come to you. For in all of this articulation, there is an energy behind it, flowing with it. That is what you are receiving from this, the I am, that I am, all that is, unconditional love, energy flow. That light, allow yourself to be open to it and to feel it. And let it be that gift that I am giving. I will close this session now. For again, there has been much to assimilate, and it has been given on many levels. And the levels will apply to those that are open to those levels and aware on those levels and ready on those levels. And communication through this channel varies for each. And be in that joy for one another and the many levels that they are on and that you are on. And encourage them with your energy and light. And I thank you for coming to this session. Thank you. And I give myself back into that oneness with this one Uzuri and give her back her full conscious self and go back into that infinite flowing. Thank you. I love you all individually, each of you, unconditionally. Thank you.